This segment of Long Island Talks on LongIsland.com is brought to you by Adam Butter of Engel and Volkers. Follow your dream. Home. Back at it, Kevin Wood on LongIsland.com. Long Island Talks with a special guest here from the East End. We are definitely into the East End these days during this pandemic, and that's okay by me. Some of my favorite people and favorite places are out there. Vanessa, Gordon, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you today?
Very, very good. Enjoying the sunshine for a change.
Yes.
A little bit of rain over the last 2 or 3 days, so it's nice to see, and hopefully it's a sign of things to come, if you will.
Certainly.
So your email to me intrigued me because of this special weekend you're planning. Rosé, great word. Things are blossoming, but you're going to put it in a different perspective because of what we're experiencing out there with COVID-19. There's a virtual aspect. So let's talk about that. What do you have planned? I understand you're a sponsor and you're the publisher of East End Taste Magazine. You'll be a sponsor of this event by Discover the Hamptons.
Yes. So before the COVID-19 pandemic hit the East End, we were really excited. There were so many different events planned with Discover the Hamptons, with National Rosé Weekend being one of them. We were just really excited to have this be an experiential, hands-on, interactive event. Though unfortunately, I was very relieved to hear that the event was not only still going to go on, but that it was going to become virtual. And with that being said, we have the approach to the event is very, very unique. So people may say, how would you experience a rosé? So we're going to be doing several different things. And one of them is going to be virtual rosé tastings. And these tastings are going to be hosted by the businesses on the East End. So for example, we have Tailor Made Cuisine, who's going to be hosting one of them. But she's based in West Hampton Beach, and they're going to be hosted. I think we have White Fences Inn, who's going to be doing one as well. And White Fences Inn is based in Watermill. And it's going to be just a rollout of all these different events, and there's going to be just different ways to support. And what's unique about it is the event is free to join the different ones throughout that weekend, and it's going to be June 11th to the 14th. Now, ways to support monetarily, we're doing a charity raffle where we have rooms at the different hotels. So once everything comes back to normal, you pay $30 per entry, and you could win a stay at one of the many different hotels. And there's different packages that are going to be rolling out soon.
So when I think of a rosé event, right, you're usually at a place where there are 10, 12, maybe as much as 20 vendors, and you're going around and part of the magic is speaking to the vintners, if you will, and getting their take on what they're pouring. How do you describe that experience? How will someone who attends this virtually be able to experience that end of it?
Well, what's nice is you'll have the main presenter, who naturally these will be done through Zoom or like-minded channels. So you'll have your main presenter, and you'll have, perhaps if anyone's done any of the Zoom meetings or is familiar with Zoom, you would be able to, in the chat, ask questions.
Oh, that's good.
And so what's nice too is, they have those at events that you go to. Perhaps you may feel a little bit rushed, and maybe it seemed like a little bit of round robin, networking, if you will. And, you drop off your card and then that person may or may not still have your card. So whether you're a professional or you're just looking for just the experience, it'll be really, really nice to have that unique opportunity, though it's virtual, to have those connections where you could write in the chat, you could even, save the information, or there's so many different ways to go about it. We're even discussing, recording them so people can go back and, and reference them.
So what about experiencing the product? Would that be something somebody would pick up ahead of time so that they would have it to talk about?
Correct. Yes. There's going to be where talks now of having products delivered, or there's going to be opportunities for curbside pickup and such. Just similar for people, doing takeout and delivery and such.
Oh, I'm so glad that things are still thriving. Maybe you could talk about a little bit of the relationship between your company and Discover the Hamptons.
Sure.
And also, let's describe, that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, or even, it sounds like a Thursday. Sunday.
Thursday. Yes, good. Correct.
Okay.
Yes. With my personal relationship with Discover the Hamptons, I was beyond excited when I found out that it was formed. So what happened with me is I was at the New York Times travel show in January, of course, focusing naturally on my culinary travel elements and getting really excited about those trips. But then when someone said to me, "Oh, are you going to the Discover the Hamptons booth?" And I said, "Well, I know Discover Long Island." I said, "Oh my God!" And I had this sigh of relief. I said, "Thank goodness someone stepped up to the plate and did
I
this." And I'm
thought the
so glad
same.
it was Glenn.
You know what's so funny? We
Yeah.
have a mutual friend, Diane Tucci, and I did the
Yes.
opening in Riverhead at the Indigo, and he stepped up onto the red carpet. What a nice guy, CEO of Discover the Hamptons, Glenn Vickers. And I said, thank God. I said the same reaction.
Yes, certainly. And he has such a dynamic personality. What I loved about what he did at the New York Times travel show, he got, I mean, I've never seen such a crowd around a booth. I mean, you go
Hmm.
to these top destinations, the Caribbean, et cetera, and he blew it out of the park. I mean, he had on-site raffles going on. He had giveaways. He had prizes. He had a lot of interactive fun opportunities to really get people revved up and excited about the Hamptons. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I have to see what's going on and see how, first and foremost, how I can help." I saw this momentum and excitement. And I said, "I
Sure,
would love to be a part of this as long as
sure.
I'm helping and contributing. What can I do?" And I immediately reached back out to him, and I knew him from years past. And I said, "What can we do?" And I love his working relationship with people. He really puts everything out on the table. He's very, easy, not only easy to work with, but you can approach him almost about anything and ask, everything's on the
It's a
table,
nice quality to have.
certainly. And so I was really, really excited about that. And I knew with that, there would be so much growth potential and opportunities with Discover the Hamptons. We had a lot planned. We had our spring festival, summer festival. Unfortunately, none of that is, who
Still up in the
knows,
air. I know.
still up in the air.
Right. So,
So, yeah.
so hopefully, especially with wine, maybe you can come on even that much stronger in the fall. Hopefully, certainly plan for next year, but the fall could be dynamic as well.
Yes, that's what we're hoping. So we're hoping to get people who perhaps, have had that curiosity and that interest to finally, since they're home, but they want still that interaction with people. So this is a very, um, very, really great and convenient way to
Yeah.
do it. You don't have to leave your house. And for someone like me who has two young children, I don't have to worry about getting a babysitter, for example. So that's huge in my book.
Yeah, that's very cool. I know you wanted to talk to me about another charity aspect coming up.
Yes. So we have, there's another event coming up. We have I'm going to pull it up here so I get the exact name of it because it was
Sure.
just
And you could throw it up
created.
on the screen if you like.
And this one is happening Monday, June 15th to Tuesday, June 16th. And once again, it's not only virtual, but it's just a way of thanking the community frontline and the essential medical staff. And what the most of the hotels and inns are going to be doing, or they're going to be offering either one or two donated nights to help them out. And there's just different ways to nominate your favorite nurses. You could do it on social media, and there's a link here. So all the information is here for people. So when we were talking about this morning, I said, "Oh my gosh, absolutely anything to help them," because I mean, my husband's a physician, so I hear straight from the horse's mouth, as I say, with really what is going on. So on, I put the news aside for a moment, and I said to him even this morning when he came to after a 12-hour shift the following
Wow.
previous day, and he had been doing no joke 12-hour shifts for 8 days in a row. He now has a week off. Anyway, but I said to him, "Is it really that as bad as they say?" And he said, "They're not. It's really bad."
It's
So
mystifying too. There's no two cases that are the same. It's puzzling. The doctors are shaking their head on this. I heard. Um,
yes, the information is it's ever changing
it's ever
every
changing.
day. I've never seen anything quite like. So when people ask me, people ask me, "Oh, can you ask your husband this question, that question?" I'll say, "I just want to clarify or to be very, very clear. This information is only based upon what has been told on this day at this time, which everything's rolling out.
Sure.
Nobody's really an expert for someone to say that they're an expert on this."
I agree. I've talked to some experts. They're not an expert at this yet. Maybe a year from now, they will be.
Yeah.
So two great things right there. Just to recap, they're right in the same month, June 11th, June 14th, Discover the Hamptons virtual rosé event. And then, of course, the second event, the 15th and 16th, we'll put some URLs in the background so people know about them. You seem like you're in such a great, close-knit kind of community that not only cares, but has great reverence for its local farmers. In the chefs that I'm talking to, I see that, and you all know each other, and that's a good feeling too. And you support each other, so I like what I'm hearing.
Absolutely. And I want people to know that anyone is anyone in any, whether you're in food, beverage field or otherwise, or in a totally different entity, small business entity out on the East End, anyone's welcome to reach out to me at any time. I hope I could be a resource and an asset to people that,
Thank you.
especially now, you're welcome, that need help at this moment. I'm more than happy
I
to help
just
you.
I should mention your page, East End Taste Magazine, is on Facebook. I just liked it. I hadn't seen it before, so I'm learning too. Is there anything you want to say to the public to follow you?
Sure, yes. So I'm on all major social media platforms at East End Taste. Right now, if you go to my Instagram page, it's more travel focused. So we're kind of reverting back of like a take me back, but then we're going to now go back and segue back into what's going on out in the Hamptons. So I like to rotate every other week, a little bit of travel and a little bit of local, especially now. But I'm on Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, and there's a Facebook group also that's it's called East End Taste, all things food and drink in the Hamptons and North Fork. And it's just a nice, nice community group where people can not only share what's going on now in terms of where to get food and such, but share recipes and anything food related on the East End.
Very cool. So your husband's working 8 days in a row, 12-hour shifts. He's going to want a good meal. Tell the truth. Are you going to go to one of your favorite restaurants and take out, or are you cooking? Tell me what you guys are going to do.
Yeah, no, I've been back. I do love to cook, but with 2 young children stuck in the house,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. If and when I cook, I have to have no distractions. I'm very finicky.
Yeah.
When it comes to it. So yes, I've been actively supporting the restaurant. Actually, we're ordering from Smoke and Wolf later on today.
Oh, I know him. Great.
Yeah. So I love that place. And then oh my gosh, we go to Zakura for Japanese, which is in Amagansett. And we were even thinking about just taking one of us really just taking a drive somewhere else,
Sure.
Maybe to the North Fork one day and just picking some stuff up if we can.
If you can. Good. Thanks for supporting. Excellent. Great talking to you, Vanessa. It was really a pleasure to meet you. We are more than glad to support what you're doing out there, and I'll see you virtually at the event.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Talk soon.
Talk soon. Take care.